What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We got a package from IND for the M2. So I'm gonna take you in the garage. We're gonna talk a little bit about what's going on and take it from there. All right, guys, we are hopping in the M2. And as a driver of a manual car, that is, what are the two most things that you put your hands on? Obviously the steering wheel and the shifter. So today we're going to be installing and discussing a little bit about this shifter and why I don't like it and why I don't feel like it's a good shifter overall. So as you look around, and I know for a lot of you guys that are into the Euro scene, German cars, you think that BMW interior is not the best. Well, I'm here to let you know, after working on all these shit boxes and Japanese cars, honestly, I actually like it in here. I think it's really quality stuff, real good stuff. You got the dry carbon over here, and the seats are pretty nice. They're this type of really nice leather, and so on and so forth. So honestly, I don't have any complaints when it comes to this interior. It's got Alcantara over here, as well as on the sides of the seats, and obviously the shift boot is Alcantara as well. But I like it in here, man. Honestly, I think it's pretty nice. And I honestly, this is like my adult car. This is my pretty much my grown-up car. So I've spent some time, honestly, really discussing and thinking about, what type of shifter and what type of things do I want to do to this car. And one of the things that I didn't want to do is I didn't want to basically devalue this car, and not so much in a monetary kind of way, but more like taking away from what a true nice car this is. So I didn't want to do any crazy gauges and crazy aftermarket stuff. So I was actually left with a decision, and I'll be honest with you, this isn't exactly what I thought I would be getting. But... All right, guys, we're live with the GoPro, and I'm on my way back. Just got some food, got some Freddy's. If you got a Freddy's near you, haven't tried it, make sure to check it out. This stuff is amazing. But here we are. This is a stock shifter. Hopefully you can see it well. One of the things that I do not like about this shifter is, well, first of all, it doesn't really suit this car. So this is kind of like old school BMW, and I get it, because I used to have a Golf R, and it was kind of similar with that. They used the golf ball in some of them, but it just doesn't suit this car. This is like, and it's funny enough, this same shifter was pretty much in my buddy's M5. He had I forgot what generation that is, but it was a F generation, older, like 2009-ish M5, and he had the same exact shift knob. So it suits that bigger kind of car. It's older and all that, but I don't think it suits this car. And one of the biggest things I don't like is, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but you see how I'm able to kind of twist that? It's kind of like this rubbery feeling shifter, and you really notice that when you're banging gears, and it makes you feel like there's a disconnect with you and the shifter. So I'll see if I can maybe try to replicate it. Can't really be speeding too much out here, but if I'm banging gears, I don't know if you guys were able to capture that, but it feels like when you bang gears, it just feels like the car, or the shifter's not stable, like I'm gonna break it. And I've actually broken one of these, ironically, in a German car, which is my Golf R at the quarter mile. So these shifters, the way that they're made with that little plastic inside, they just don't hold well. So hopefully the new one, I'm able to eliminate that. And I think a lot of it has to do with the shape of it, just because it has this awkward, like, oval shape, almost like a zero up top. But because of that, I'm able to twist it like this. And then additionally, it's just an awkward shape. Honestly, it just feels weird, like there's no room to grab it. So I decided on an OEM Plus option, and we went ahead and got the M Performance shifter. And not just any M Performance shifter, because I didn't even know this was an option, but this is specifically from IND. And as you can tell, it comes with the Alcantara matching the interior of my specific car. So take a listen to this, guys, because you don't have to go this option if you decide. And honestly, one of the toughest things for me when deciding for this is I didn't want to just be like everybody else. It seems like everybody does this, but after a lot of consideration, I understand why. Basically, BMW makes it very difficult to work on your cars. And then not to mention, this matches the interior. I mean, I already showed you the dry carbon, and then obviously the Alcantara, and then obviously this. So it's kind of tough to beat that. But like I stated before, I just didn't want to take away from the interior, the nice interior that the car already has. So I was gonna go with the Racing, but I decided to go with this just because I've never seen anybody. I even made a post about it, and it seems like nobody's really done this, and for good reason. So anyways, you can order this. They sell this, BMW does, as a very generic thing. Ironically, the knob matches, but it comes with a very generic, I wanna say it's suede. It's a suede boot with white stitching. And I didn't want as much as I like white, I didn't want the white stitching because it doesn't match what I have in the car. So what you can do, and I'm gonna go ahead and link a very good video. So if you don't wanna spend the money that I did, because this is pretty expensive. This was $450. So basically the non-IND option is 250 bucks or so. So for $200, I essentially paid double almost the price just to have this boot. And the reason for that is because BMW makes it very difficult to work on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and link a video in case you do decide to go with the cheaper option. But basically what they do is they glue the knob to the shift boot. And I just feel like that's very weird how they do that. And what I didn't want is, as much as I love the M2, not to get too personal, but if you didn't know, I'm in the military, and there is a chance that I might end up going somewhere else, so I might have to sell the car. So what I didn't want is to basically install something and I can't take it off. Maybe the next owner wants the stock knob or something like that. And then not to mention, I basically just be wasting money. So I basically decided to pay double the price, but in the long run, if I do decide to sell the car for whatever reason, I could easily just take this off and sell it for like 300 bucks. So in actuality, I only lost $100 instead of losing $250. And yeah, I guess that makes sense. It made sense to me at least.
2,000 years later.
All right, guys, CJ from the future. Got another package. This one took a little bit longer. And once again, this is from IND. And once again, we have that same suspect looking package. I don't know why they do this. You would think that they would, somebody would tell them like, hey, this looks a little weird. But once again, we got the same wrapping. And this time, no surprise, I ended up liking the way that the shift knob is. So I went ahead and ordered this one. This is the e-brake boot, and with the matching boot as well. And this was about $350 compared to the other one. So we'll go ahead and show you the other one and get this installed. Let's get to it. All right, guys, I'm gonna make an attempt at removing this. Apologize if it's a little dark, but I'm trying to do this tonight. Might as well, because I need to know if I want to order that the brake handle. So I want to make this quick. So every time I record and do it at the same time live, things don't go as planned. But supposedly you just pull up here. All right, that was easy. And seems like everybody struggles with this. Got it. All right, that wasn't too bad. So easy as that. All right, so for the new one, you basically just line it up the way you would. And I'm trying to do this with one hand. So you clip that in there just like you would, and then you just line it up, and basically you just end up pushing it down. It's as easy as that. So let me get this done, and then I'll give you some feedback. But it already looks way better. Honestly, I'm already like convinced that this is gonna be. Oh yeah, it's not even all the way in, and I could feel the difference. So let's get this in, and then I'll give you my my thoughts. All right, guys, here we are, and here is the new e-brake. Hopefully you guys can see that fine. As you can tell, the stitching is the same. Obviously looks a little newer because it is newer. And should be pretty easy to install from what I'm being told. All you have to do is press on this, pop it out, and then kind of finesse your way through this. All right, there you go. Foot on the brake. There it is. There's the old one. Out with the old, in with the new. Here we go. Should be pretty easy. Alright, that slides right in. Alright, I think we're good. Pretty easy install. Make sure everything's good. Let's take a look at this. That looks pretty good, guys. That looks really good. Looks really good. All right, guys, figured I'd take the car in the sunlight so you guys are able to see just how good this looks. It looks so much better. I didn't expect the e-brake to look as good as it does. It's like night and day difference. Actually, I think this makes a bigger difference. Obviously, the shift knob is a better mod because that actually affects the way you drive, but this was such an eyesore now that I put it next to each other. So there it is. This is obviously the old one, seen better days. And I feel like this is gonna age a lot better just because of the carbon. And Alcantara actually lasts pretty well, like if you take care of it. Leather kind of wears and tears no matter what. So there it is. Looks really good, guys. It matches everything perfectly. So that, and you got the trim over here. You got some of that trim up here. And now I'm just missing this piece, which I didn't think I was gonna get, but now I'm like, damn, I kind of want it. So we'll see. I don't really, this is like, there's no need for this. You wouldn't even be able to tell, honestly, but overall, it looks really good. I'm really happy with it. So let's take it on a test drive and let's see how this shift knob does. Hi guys, got everything installed. This is not my first drive. I've actually had this on for quite a while. However, this is my first drive with this. Not that it really matters, but this is great. I've had this on for a little while, like I stated, so we'll drive real quick, just kind of get a quick feel for it. And I don't know if you guys are able to catch on camera, but I can honestly say I have more control over the shifter. Everything just feels so much better, especially when you're banging gears. That was one thing that was missing with the stock one. It was just so rubbery and tall, and it was just kind of awkward. This fits in your hand real nice because of it's you know, you can grab onto, especially for me, I got big hands. So and then not to mention, you also get different feel. So you get the Alcantara and you get the carbon fiber. So overall, it just feels a lot better. I honestly, if I had to hit this on one thing, because it's honestly almost perfect, it would be, I wish it was just a tad bit taller. Just like nothing crazy, maybe like just I don't know, half an inch or so, just a little bit taller. Compared to the stock one, this is a lot shorter. It's not bad, don't get me wrong. It's just this armrest sits so high that pretty much it just feels a little bit awkward at first, and then you get used to it. But that's gonna wrap it up for this one, guys. I'm still considering getting this. Stay tuned for more content. I got more content on the way for the M2, and hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. It keeps me motivated. Other than that, take it easy, and I'm out. Peace.